As a Christian, I've recognized a flaw in me that I do not like. It's not becoming of a Christian, and I've been praying about it, and I realize my default is to worry, deciding that woe be unto me and why me and all of that. And I've prayed about it, and in short order I came across a devotional on gratitude. And as God would have it, to cement it, I was asked to present at church one Wednesday night, and I decided to present on this very topic of gratefulness and such. So in order to present, I had to do the extensive research, the Bible text that corresponds and all of that, and it was a real blessing. I told them that I was doing it for me, but I really hope that they gain a blessing as well. So it being October, my birthday month, my birthday is just around the corner, I wanted to do a little tiny series on some testimonies showing how good God is. And my season of lack, I can see where God is turning it around, and I really on a different path of, I find that I'm not worrying so much. Still not so easy, but I realize that I'm not worrying so much. So I'm giving God thanks for that. So the first testimony in this series is that you guys have been watching my videos debushing the land, right? And I wanted to tell you the story behind it. So we acquired the land in 2016. That was 5 years after getting married, and it felt like an eternity getting to acquiring the land, because leading up to that we were trying to look in other parishes. We were trying to find something with house on it, something to finish building, or a house, but it was next to impossible, because within that 5 years I wasn't gainfully employed permanently. My husband wasn't gainfully employed permanently. Well, he was, and then the company were not in the country anymore, so he didn't have a permanent job. So in acquiring land and such, without the funds, without the stability, it seems so daunting, and that we were going to be stuck here forever. And I remember when we came to the plot of land where we are, my husband wasn't permanent, but he was in a job, and he wanted to make that leap of faith in purchasing the land, well, taking out loans, mortgage and such. And I was the negativity in his mind saying, but your job not permanent. What if you change job? What if you lose the job? How we gonna meet payments and such, you know? And basically he was saying God gave him the go ahead. So as a nice wife, after praying about it and such, I guess I submitted to his decision, and I am happy that I agreed, right? And within that time, after purchasing the land, doing all the paperwork and everything, we came to realize that God wanted us to just make a move, make the first step. Just like a lot of things in our lives, we just sit and wait to see something fall in our laps. But faith without works is dead. So he actually had to step out in faith to make it happen. And by the time paperwork got into place, the land was now ours, title handed over and such. In short order, some time passed, and his job was now permanent. Yeah, and since then till now, we have never missed a mortgage payment. Right? So I wanted to give God thanks for that. And up to now, even though we are not able to build, because same financial reasons from then till now, I still haven't been in a permanent job, but I have seen where God works out things so beautifully when it comes on to our finances, when it comes on to meeting bills and stuff. God has been faithful. All my life, all our lives, He has been faithful. And then, with the land situation we mentioned in other videos, if you have not seen it, I'll list it in the iCards or the description below. And we were just telling you about the water situation, so that kind of put a damper in our plans and wanting to start building. So we paused for a very long time. 2016, now we're at 2023, and we cleared the land prior to COVID, so about 2019. And then of course COVID came around and everything was at a halt. So now that we're back on the line in 2023, it's like we didn't do a debushing in 2019, right? And the moment that we decided that, listen, even though the water situation is, we're going to start clearing the land. Whatever happens, happens. If it means that we're going to get our tanks and buy our water, the Lord will work it out seamlessly so that we'll be able to afford filling the tank for living. So we decided that we're going to just one step at a time, day by day, week by week, whatever the case is, we're just going to wing it, clear the land. And just like the purchasing of the land and making that first step, once we started making the first step and going to the land, it's like all of a sudden the conversation about the community coming together and by sorting out the water situation as an association started happening, and we just watched the conversation kept going on the hill until we're here. We are at where the association has acquired means to pump water to the residents. So that is my land testimony in brief. God has been faithful with our finances since. He's permanent. I have not been, but He has worked it out where I've gotten temporary jobs in between. I've acquired a skill. I don't know, but if you know, but I crochet. I guess I posted it in other videos. I need to be more consistent with that. So the Lord has been faithful in bringing in some customers at some best timing possible. So I am also saying, step out in faith. We might not see the future. It's not for us to see the future. If it was for us to see the future, a lot of us would have not done the things we would have done. A lot of us would have just sit back and say, woe be unto me, this is what my future looks like, so why do nothing now? And the Lord does not want that for us. The Lord wants us to leave everything to Him, and He will work it out beautifully. So I want to give God thanks for that. And I also want to say to you that you do not know what tomorrow is, and you shouldn't know what tomorrow will bring. But know that your God is the God of tomorrow. He knew what you're going to need 2 days from now. He knew what you needed before you were even a thought with your parents. So if you are like me and your default is to worry, your default is to complain, I pray that you will drop it. It's not becoming of a Christian. You're gonna walk around with a long face and I'm gonna say, then why she looks as she serve a mighty big God, So do not let your worries show on your face. Let God's blessings and God's praise be continually in your mouth. And if you're up for it, stick around and I will be sharing other testimonies about how God's been good to me while I celebrate my birthday. Thank you so much for watching, and if you have gotten this far and you have not yet subscribed, where you wait, pan? Seriously, hit the subscribe button as we give God thanks in this series. Thank you so much for watching. See you in my next video.